Encapsulation is one of the most important part of object-oriented programming. Welcome to Dart tutorial. In this video, you will learn about encapsulation in Dart. Encapsulation means data hiding. You can achieve data hiding with the help of encapsulation. Let me share my screen and let's see a complete demo. Here you can see information about encapsulation in Dart, and before learning about encapsulation, you must have basic understanding of class, object, constructor. This will help you to understand encapsulation in much better way. If you don't have knowledge of class, object, then you can go to our previous section or watch our previous videos. Okay, now let's talk about encapsulation. Here you can see in that encapsulation means hiding data within a library. Hiding data within a library. If you are from Java background or other programming background, most of the programming language support in object-oriented programming, they support data hiding within a class. But in that, you can hide data within a library. What is library? Basically, library means a file. If you create a one file, then that file is library. Okay, you can also create multiple file and make a library. Okay, now here you can see in that encapsulation means hiding data within a library, preventing it from outside factors. It helps you to control your program and prevent it from becoming too complicated. I will show you a practical demo, and let's talk about what is library in Dart. Okay, by default every .dart file is library. Okay, when you create one Dart file, that is a library. A library is a collection of functions and classes. A library can be imported into another library using import keyword. I will also do it practically, and you can also create a lib folder and create multiple files in library, but will not discuss about that one here. Okay, I would like to make this tutorial very easy for you. Okay, how to achieve encapsulation in Dart? Okay, encapsulation can be achieved by, first you need to create class property private. Okay, just declare class property as private by using underscore. In Java, you can make a class property private by writing private keyword, but in that there is no keyword like private. You need to write underscore for that. Okay, and this underscore makes your properties library level private, not class level private. Okay, and you can provide getter and setter method to access and update the value of private property. Getter is used to get the value and setter is used to set the value of that private property. Okay, now let me move forward. Here you can see that doesn't support keyword like public, private, protected. That uses underscore to make a property or method private. You can also make a method private. The encapsulation happens at library level, not class level. Here is also one important thing. Okay, now let's talk about getter and setter. As I already discussed, getter is used to get the values of that class property, and setter is used to set the values of that class property. Okay, now let's see a practical demo. Here you can see one example. In this example, there is a class employee with two private properties. Okay, here you can see ID and name are two private property. How you can declare private property? Just by writing underscore. Okay, and here is getter method. This getter method is used to get ID. It will return that ID. Okay, and here is another getter method for name, that is get name, and it will return the name. And here is set ID method, setter method, which is responsible to set the ID. Okay, and here is set name method, which is responsible to set the name. Okay, Now here you can see in the main method there is a object emp of class employee, and we have first set the value of id and name, and then we printed the value of id and name. Okay, now let's see a practical demo. Let me create a new file. I'll declare it as student. Okay, student.dart. Okay, now let me create a class student. Okay, this is student class, and let me declare private properties. Okay, okay, I'll say string name and I'll say integer age. Okay, okay, now let's write question mark here. Okay, you'll learn about this question mark in our null safety section. Okay, now let's create getter. Okay, getter to get name. Okay, you can write getter in multiple ways. You can also write get keyword. I will also tell you very soon. For now I will say get name. Okay, okay, here I will write string. If you don't write data type, then that will be also okay. This will also work, and I will return this dot underscore name. Okay, and you need to write exclamation here. Okay, now let's write another method, string, not string, integer. I'll say get id. Okay, sorry, get age, get age, and then I'll say return this dot underscore name, sorry, age. Okay, now also need to write exclamation here. Now we need to create a setter method. Okay, this is getter to get name, this is getter to get age, and we for setter method just write setter to set name. Okay, and also we need to set age. Okay, let's set void set name. I will say set name, and here we need to pass string name. Okay, and then we need to save this one, this dot name is equal to this name, and also we need to create another method, that is void set age. Okay, this will take integer, and I will say this dot underscore age is equal to age. Okay, now here you can see we have created private properties and getter to get the properties value and setter to set the properties value. Okay, you can also create your own getter and setter by this way, and it is your choice. If you don't want to get name, then you can avoid this getter. Okay, it is not compulsory to write all the getter and setter. It is completely depend upon your own requirement. Okay, now let's create a main method. Okay, void main. Okay, void main, and I will create object of student. Okay, now student s is equal to student, and s dot, okay, here you can see s dot age is equal to I'll say 15. Okay, and s dot name is equal to, I'll say zone. Okay, if I print this one, s dot underscore name, and if I print s dot underscore age. Okay, if I run this program, let me run this program. I will say that. Okay, that our file name is student.dat. Okay, okay, if I run this program, here you can see zone and 15 got printed. Okay, if you are from Java background, then this code will not work. Okay, but in that this is working. Why this is working? If here, if you don't write this one, okay, if you don't write this code, then there is no problem. Why we need to write getter and setter? Okay, okay, library, this underscore is accessible in library. Okay, not in class level, it is accessed in library level. So if you create main file outside, okay, let me create main.dat outside. Okay, and if I copy and paste this code, and if I import student, okay, then this will not work. Here you can see the setter age is not defined for the type student. Okay, in the library level it will work, but outside that library it will not work. Okay, you need to create a custom getter and setter for that. Okay, now to set the age, okay, to set the age, I will say s dot set age, and I will write age is 15 or 14 or anything like that. And to set the name, I will say s dot set name, and I will say zone. Okay, to print the name, I need to write get name. Okay, to get the name, to get the age, I need to write get age. And if I run this program now, okay, if I run this program, that main.dat, okay, here you can see information got printed. Okay, you need to understand this one. This underscore works in library level, not class level. Okay, okay, now what is the advantage of this setter and getter? In our upcoming section we'll discuss about getter and setter more detailedly. Why we need this getter and setter? Okay, okay, if you set the value of age to -15, then this will work. Okay, if I run this program, here you can see this will work. Okay, but the person age or student age is never -15. Okay, now how we can tackle with this situation? If you have created getter and setter, then you can obviously tackle this situation. Okay, I will open this method. Here you can write condition. If age is greater than 0, or if age is less than 1 or less than 0, then you can set, or you can also throw exception, this dot age is equal to, we'll say 0. Okay, else this dot age is equal to age. Okay, you can write this type of logic. Okay, this dot age is equal to age. Okay, here you can see you can also write condition in setter. Obviously in getter also you can write your own condition, and you will get more control. Okay, you can handle conflict very well. Okay, if you change this method to underscore name to names, and you also need to change in only in class level, not you will not need to change here. Okay, this will make your code more maintainable. Okay, that is another advantage of encapsulation. Okay, now let's move forward. Here you can see private properties. We need to write private properties by underscore, and also here you can see here is class employee with name property, and here is string get name. Here is getter, which will return that name, and set name, which will set the name. And we have created object of class employee, and we have set the name to Jack, and get name, and this will print Jack. Okay, why aren't private properties are private? Why? We already discussed about this one. Here you can see also the same example. Okay, the reason is that using underscore before the variable or method name makes it library private, not class private. In that you need to understand this one. Okay, now it means that the variable or method is only visible to the library which it is declared. Library means just a file. Okay, it is not visible to any other library. In simple word, library is one file. If you write main method in a separate file, this will not work. Okay, we have already seen the demo of this one. Okay, here is the solution. To see the private properties in action, you must create a separate file for the class and import it to the main file and create object of it. Okay, now here is another thing, read only properties. Okay, here is class student, and if I say final, and I will say final string, I will say school is equal to, I will say ABC school. Okay, and if I do not need to create setter for this, because we have already defined final. This final means final string school, ABC school means you cannot change the value of school. Okay, now let's create getter to get school name. Okay, for this I'll say string get school name, and I'll return this dot school name. Okay, this dot school. Okay, now in our main method, let's print the school name, get school name, and if I run this program, here you can see ABC school got printed. Okay, and if you try to change the school name, let's try to change the school name. I will also create setter to set school name. Void set school name string school name. I will say school name, and this dot underscore school is equal to school name. Okay, here you can see this is not possible. School cannot be used as a setter because it's final. When you declare final, this means this property is read only. Okay, this is the whole idea behind it. Okay, if you want to make a property read only, then you can use final keyword. Okay, and here you can see another example. You can also create getter and setter by using this get keyword. Okay, now I will also create another file. I will say camera.dart. Okay, I'll say class camera. Okay, now let me create properties, private properties. Okay, and I'll say integer ID, string name, and double price. Okay, and okay, sorry, I need to write question mark after data type. Okay, now let's create a getter. Okay, you can also easily create, okay, let me create it private by writing underscore. Okay, now you can easily create getter by using this get keyword. Okay, first you need to write a string. For the first one, let me write integer get, and you need to write this id without underscore, id, and then this is responsible to return underscore id. Okay, okay, you need to write exclamation here, and for the string get name, just write name here. Okay, exclamation, and it's double get underscore price. Okay, without underscore, we need to, okay, this is getter. Okay, you can also easily create getter by this way. If I run this program, that, okay, we need to also create a main method. Okay, we'll also do that one. Okay, for the set, here you can see set, and you need to write a name, and you need to pass some parameter. Okay, okay, for the setter, first you need to write set, and you can say id, and you need to pass something like integer id, and we need to set this one. Okay, this dot id is equal to id. Okay, in this way you can set id and name. Okay, I'll just copy this one, and price. Okay, string name string price. Okay, okay, now this dot id, not this dot id, this dot name, this dot underscore name is equal to name. Okay, this dot underscore price is equal to price. Okay, okay, here is some problem. Let's find out that problem. Okay, price. Okay, set price. Okay, we need to write double here. Okay, okay, now this is fine. Okay, now let's create a main method. Okay, here is already main method. I will comment this code, and okay, I will remove this code. First we need to create object of camera. Let me create object of camera. C is equal to camera. Okay, now here you can see already imported this one. I'll say c dot set. Okay, here is no method. C dot okay, we need to write just c dot name. Okay, because we don't have any set method. C dot name, I'll say Sony, and let me write c dot id that is 25, and C dot price, that is 2500. Okay, if I print this one, then I'll say ID is $C dot ID and name is C dot name and price is C dot price. Okay, if I run this program, dot main dot dot, here you can see ID is 25, name is Sony, and price is 2500. You can still write condition. Okay, you can write condition here. Okay, you can also write curly bracket instead of this one. Okay, if price is in minus, I will say some error. Okay, if price less than 0, then you can throw exception, just like price must not be negative. Okay, and you can also write else and set this value, this dot price is equal to price. Okay, now you can also do this one. Okay, this make your code more maintainable and error free. Okay, now let's go to main and let's pass price is 25, minus 25, and if I run this program, here you can see exception. The exception is price must not be negative. Okay, if I pass positive value 560 or something like that, this will work, but when you pass the negative value, that will not work. In this way you can use this type of getter. Okay, just you need to write get keyword and set keyword, and you can achieve this one. I hope you understood about encapsulation. Okay, and you can also create method private. Okay, that is also option for you. Okay, why encapsulation is important? What are the advantages of encapsulation? One is data ID. You can hide data. For example, if you don't want to show the ID, then just remove this one. Okay, just remove this ID. I'll just comment this one. Okay, and here you can see one problem. This ID is not visible. Okay, and you can also test your code very easily, and your program is more flexible. Okay, you can control your program. Okay, if you need to change this ID to IDs, then you need to change it only in class level. Okay, IDs here also. Okay, not outside this class. This makes your code more maintainable. Okay, and security, obviously data hiding is possible, so it will also provide security by limiting the access of properties. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any question regarding encapsulation in Dart, please comment below. I hope you understood about encapsulation very clearly. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, share with your friends and hit the like button. I will see you in the next video or in the next section. Thank you.